play out there. We like that a lot. Always good to see here. Part of the fabric that is ESL One Frankfurt. What are you doing, Kat?
I'm being supreme.
What are you doing? How have you?
I'm standing over you little people. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, it's Bambo's box.
The Bambo box 5000.
Come on.
Yeah, now you see the difference that made on Bambo.
Okay, so gonna get into game 2. We've got Cat back with us. Cat of the Pie, first of his name.
That is true.
Cool.
We had a discussion
Coolest cat we know.
before we went on.
Oh, come on. I thought I told. Are you doing this?
How do I be less cool?
It's like, guys, I don't want to be cool anymore. Oh, what a rough life, Cat. I'm so sorry you're too cool,
And he was
dude.
completely serious about it. Was the best part.
I mean, you could teach me a thing or two, though, right?
I really could.
You know? Yeah.
I was very not cool in high school.
Cat, stop.
I need a mohawk. I feel like that's the play.
Yeah, you just gotta go all out, man, and just make a total fool of yourself.
Or you can get your hair braided.
That might actually work.
I heard it worked for Daenerys.
I would probably feel okay.
I could see where that was going.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, like, how is that even a thing? I'm blonde. She's blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's as far as it goes.
That's all we need.
Yeah. She's Targaryen. You're not.
Paul's a professional meme maker. You gotta understand.
Yeah, that is true.
He can take the tiniest little thread and weave it into a magical meme of new.
No.
That is a quality.
That's Sir Action's like completely confused. We're going to move into game 2. It's going to have to be a big game, this one. Ben from Alliance. Big game.
Yeah.
He said your name.
I'm thinking, like, are they going to be able to beat Liquid in the draft? Is my bigger question, because their play is clearly up to snuff. How do they win next game, Cat?
Well, I think one issue for them in the last game is this Tidehunter. I think it's one of the reasons why people stopped picking Beastmaster so much. Like in the Manila Major going into the tournament, Beastmaster was pretty much considered as the highest tier. And then the hero slowly fell off because there's the Riki to deal with him if he's jungling, and then if he's not, you have this Beastmaster. The idea of, I mean the Tidehunter, sorry. You have this Beastmaster, he wants to be able to take fights. But when you're up against the Tidehunter, he goes in, he ravages, he gets the ravage on the book, on the boar, and on the Beastmaster. Beastmaster doesn't build BKB ever in the fights. So it kind of negates a lot of what this Beastmaster wants to do. And then the only option from this Beastmaster is to split push. And when your only option is split push, it's very predictable what you're going to do. And then you can just plan accordingly. Okay, they're only going to split push. They can't team fight us, they can't gank us, so they go 5-man, and then eventually as they take the map, they can start splitting up. And so it's predictable.
Yeah.
Why didn't they go towards the other solutions of dealing with Tidehunter? Tidehunter dropped off for a reason. He dropped off because of Doombringer and Disruptor being extremely popular picks. So why didn't they just pick those with the Beastmaster?
Because I think that's the thing about Alliance now. Like they have their style that they like running their heroes, but we don't see them pick this Doombringer so often, and probably not with a Beastmaster as well. I think that's the thing they need to think about. Like a Disruptor, I think, can work really well for them as well, because then you can actually just silence this. The Kraken Shell doesn't work inside the ult, obviously. Or a Doombringer, right? Or something. They need something to deal with this Tidehunter if they want to go this route, which they like doing, this kind of split push into taking objectives and 5-manning. I think Tidehunter is a scary hero for them. Phoenix as well, probably.
And it countered the Terrorblade as well.
Yeah,
going into the mid game, we were talking about that.
Yeah, the Anchor Smash up against Terrorblades. Pretty much all base damage.
So it destroys that. The Ravage is always going to hit the illusions, even if you have BKB on your actual hero. It just kills so much of the damage of the Terrorblade. We saw like one fight where Mind Control literally blinked into the middle of the Terrorblade, Anchor Smash, and then ran away and was taking like practically no damage because of the reduced damage plus the Kraken Shell.
Alliance's turn to pick.
Riki, he's finally getting the respect he deserves.
Were you a Riki player, Cat?
I'm definitely not a Riki player.
So they switched up the bans a little bit. Last time Liquid banned out Dazzle instead of the Sardar.
Okay.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
So they've opened 3 of their 5 games here in Frankfurt with Dazzle Brewmaster.
I'm sure Liquid, I mean, they could just pick up a Beastmaster themselves.
Dazzle enables alliances for different lanes. They have they do run offensively with the Brood a lot of the times. With the heal bomb, it's very potent, and also they have the aggro with the Rubik +1. Pretty much any kind of laner they can run it with.
Yeah. So pick Beast. Oh, they go Void instead. Void Phoenix.
Yeah, Void Phoenix. So is this Dazzle Brew or a Dazzle Beast?
Yeah, well, usually Alliance follow this up with the Brewmaster or Terrorblade, right?
Yeah. Normally Brewmaster at this point. They've only picked
okay.
TB in the first one in the last game, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, you're facing up against 2 team fight heroes, right? Like Brewmaster is superior in that regard.
But that's the thing, though. When you're facing up against these heroes, like the idea of this Brewmaster is that you want to have the Brewmaster, same idea as a Tidehunter, pretty much, except
there you go.
Obviously, he doesn't have the Ravage. He has a split to control these team fights in the mid game, somewhat early game. But the question is, going up against Phoenix and Void, it's kind of tricky because they're quite elusive. So it's not that easy for Panda to kill those 2 heroes.
Yeah.
So they've run a number of second phase on the back of Dazzle Brew. They've run Bane Brood. They've run Beastmaster TB. And they've run another Bane Brood, actually, twice. Once against Fnatic and once against Vega.
Hey, I'm presuming Liquid are going to ban away the Broodmother. I think you always do against Alliance 3-4 if it's a threat.
Yep.
Yeah,
pulled out a TB.
You're right about that.
5 seconds remaining.
So you'd imagine that Alliance know that Liquid know that they know.
Reserve time.
Where am I going?
Too deep, Paul. Too deep. Too deep. Pull back.
Go back. Go back. Retreat.
Help me. Bring me out. But you'd imagine they know that. So Alliance have already got a second plan.
Team Liquid.
They should have something in preparation.
Yeah,
I mean, going into this, when they get this Dazzle and Brewmaster, they're gonna know. They're not gonna get the Terrorblade, obviously. They play the Terrorblade all the games, and people are showing some respect to the Terrorblade now.
Yeah.
When they're not picking in the first phase, they're not gonna get that here anymore.
There's the Brood. Okay.
Alliances turn to
Do you think
ban.
Naga's an option for Alliance?
Naga? No. I mean, I think potentially, personally though, I just think Naga is not a hero anymore. I don't think that the hero, it's very slow. It's really slow. And in this meta right now, it's a lot about taking objectives and actually being able to end the game. That's why we've seen teams like Liquid have such success, because they go siege base at 20, 30 minutes or something like this.
And they have run the Medusa.
Medusa? Maybe.
Yeah. I'd rather see a team fight. Like I would rather see like something really aggressive for Loda, where him and S4 just try and bully Liquid as much as possible.
The one hero that comes to mind for me is the Wraith King, which is something Alliance like to pick. Now, I don't personally like the hero, but I see it as potentially something that Alliance could pick up. It's good against the Void, the Chrono, you can't kill him twice. And also against the Phoenix.
Saw OG running obviously in the final.
But they should wait with that pick for sure, regardless.
Yeah, it should be 5th, right?
They need a support with some sort of lockdown or catch. I think Disruptor is a pretty good pick here for Alliance. Doesn't reveal that much what they want to do. It's good against both the Phoenix and the Void.
I like Disruptor as well, but that also puts more incentive into Alliance picking up the Loda hero that's like super aggressive, because at that point in time you'd have Dazzle and Disruptor are both like fairly defensive style heroes in some ways. Like Disruptor just doesn't provide enough by himself, right? He needs his allies to be aggressive for him, and then he can capitalize on that by being able to get some glimpses in. So I kind of like that game plan, just because, you know, it puts pressure on Liquid. You see whether or not you can beat them with the Faces Void Phoenix that they have.
Yeah.
I also want to know.
Disruptor's been run a lot by Liquid as well. It's,
I just want to know, but like Alliance are gonna pick for Bulldog this game. I feel like it's a bit tricky because there's no Broodmother now.
Yeah.
I think Furin doesn't match up that well against Faces Void. Lone Druid, you don't want to pick that hero into Faces Void and Phoenix.
the other
Phoenix.
two that they've been picking alongside Dazzle have been
Did they pick bats for him?
Bane and Gyro. Are those two of the others they've been picking in combination with the Dazzle Brew.
Alliances
Now
turn
no
to pick.
Timbersaw.
There's still, what, Weaver, I suppose, for him?
Or Darkseer is an option, but then it's not that good against the Phoenix anyways.
You think they go back for the Rubik?
Rubik is okay. I still think Disruptor is a fine pick for Alliance right now.
I think Rubik Dazzle is really poor support combination.
It's not that
5
great.
seconds
I like
remaining.
Disruptor because it can ensure that they take a team fight with Brewmaster. Like, what you don't want to happen, you blink in with Brew, and then you use your ult and everyone just runs away. Like, everyone on Liquid can disengage.
Do you not think that's why Liquid have picked the Timber though?
Oh,
because
no.
they won't pick the Disruptor.
Team
Because they know
Liquid's
Alliance aren't going to
turn
play.
pick.
It's just a good matchup versus the Brewmaster.
Yeah.
Oh man, I really think the Disruptor was a pick up, particularly since the Timbersaw was now there. You need a controlling hero. Like, he's not a hero that wants to go BKB. Disruptor would
10
have
seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm
taken that
curious.
weakness, but now
It really
Venge.
needs Silence versus Liquid
5
or an Orchid
seconds
carrier.
remaining.
Yeah.
This Venge kind of signals that they're going to transition this into some heavy push. You know,
Right.
you want to have this, you want to get control of the game during the first 10-15 minutes. Then you want to take out all the towers and then siege space with this Dazzle heal. You have the Venge Aura. The Panda just jumps in, splits, and makes
think-
kind of chaotic fights.
Is it Return of the Loda Pugna?
Yeah.
Oh, the what?
Loda Pugna? They have
I was actually thinking, it crossed my mind. It's not out of the question.
If they didn't have a melee mid, I would say draw Ranger, but you've got too many gap closers.
What other heroes
well.
did they push for, or did they pick for low to that push though? Besides Terrorblade, they don't play Lycan that much.
No.
Juggernaut, but he doesn't. He's quite decent actually. It's not that easy for Liquid right now to kill the healing ward, and they would have a lot of heals. I don't like it that much. Still looking for something else.
Like
No, I thought the Pugna was. It could actually work. It's something that Alliance like, and it's a bit wonky, and so you don't play against the Zero very often. It can catch you off guard.
10 seconds
What about Necrolite?
remaining.
Complexity ran that yesterday.
Alliances turn to pick.
It's just a hero that they run occasionally.
I was about to say, this really feels like, because you were talking about pushing, it feels like that it's going to be a Furion just because now, like, it's still a mystery of, like, what is that carry? What is that carry that requires two defensive style heroes that also manages to push forwards? Most of the heroes are already gone. Like, you would say Death Prophet, Terrorblade, some of the heroes that we talked about, the Alliance just don't pick up most of the time.
Something like, I don't know, Spectre, Weaver. Spectre's gone.
Alliances turn
Weaver
to
is
bet.
there. Pugna is an option still. What else?
They've run Gyro.
Yeah, Gyro is an option. It's not the best though, together with Dazzle and Venge.
Yeah, not against Ursa.
10 seconds remaining.
Wraith King is not out of the question, I feel like.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
He'd have one hell of a time against Timbersaw, but at least he wouldn't be as threatened by the Ursa. That's one of the big things. The Ursa is such an anti-core, like he's an anti-carry because he just focuses down one hero so quickly.
How's Nake still in the pool?
I don't know.
Alliance don't
but
like it that much.
Yeah.
I don't think it's great. It's just I'm just really surprised to see the hero go through.
Yesterday was a similar story. Sometimes
Yeah.
they fifth picked it. It's like, I'm not too conservative. I'm more surprised that Liquid didn't take it early.
And maybe they
One
didn't
hero
want
that
to.
is really, really good here for Alliance, but they haven't played in a very long time is Morphling.
Yeah.
Morphling,
Also,
if they can get it, is
also a
a great
DK.
pick. I mean, I'm assuming this is going to be an S4 Brewmaster.
Yeah.
So Loda has played Brewmaster sometime, but it's not that
Alliances
common for him, I feel.
turn to pick.
Morphling matches up really well against Ursa and Faceless Void. It's a bit slow,
Yeah.
but they have the heroes to make up for it early game, I think.
Oh, I'm down with that. The Faceless Void versus Morphling is like one of the most obnoxious matchups.
Yeah, it really is.
10 seconds remaining.
You can also kill the egg pretty fast.
Maybe Pancon solved their mystery.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe.
Reserve time.
Any thoughts over there, Scooby-Doo, Ben Wu?
I'm just thinking, like, a lot of normal carries just aren't that good. Or like Slark, for example, is good at killing Phoenix, like terrible versus the other heroes.
And it's a Draw Ranger strat.
Hello.
Team Liquids turn
Okay,
to pick.
you're gonna have a Blink on Ursa. You have the Faceless Void who's closing the gap. You've got the Timbersaw who's fairly mobile, but at least you have a Silence.
Alliance have a really good, laning phase for sure. Nature's Prophet is gonna have a pretty good time. He can help out both lanes.
10
Finch can rotate to
seconds
mid.
remaining.
The safe lane is, I mean, this Faceless Void shouldn't get anything in his off lane.
5
He should be
seconds
forced to go
remaining.
into the jungle, and they need to shut down Liquid a bit early on because Liquid need to get to their Blink daggers first. And Alliance,
5
they can
seconds
take out
remaining.
objectives before they can get to those Blink daggers.
Wyvern. Aww.
Close,
Enchantress.
but no cigar. All right, let's wrap up the draft. Ben, which way has it gone?
I think I like Alliances a lot more. I think it's way more well-rounded. They didn't like rely all in on one core like they did the last game. They have the Brewmaster, which they've seen a lot of success with in S4. It's one of his best heroes.
Okay, Pycat?
I actually also think that the Lions have a good draft. I think they have this timing, which they kind of need to hit in the first 15, 20 minutes. And if they do so, I'm pretty sure that they'll take it. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Lions.
Okay, very quickly, Cam.
Power, friendship, all that. You have to encounter strife before you're able to strengthen your resolve. This is the Alliance comeback story.
All right, thank you very much. We'll get more thoughts and comments from our panelists, of course, at the end of this game. One way or another, which way is it going? Are Liquid heading for the semi-finals? Let's find out as we go back to our commentary team, led by ODPixel.
Thank you very much, Paul. Indeed, we get ourselves ready for Game 2, Alliance versus Liquid. Alliance pulling out the Drow strap, pulling out that S4 brew, which he absolutely loves. We saw this a lot in the group stage, boys. We're seeing it again here, but at the same time, it feels like Liquid's draft. It's incredibly strong, and it's incredibly Liquid.
I love Alliance draft again. Like, I love this Drow strats. I think they're underrated as hell, and if it gets good early game, they can, like, demolish.
Yeah. I think the only... Okay, Loda giving a shout out to the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, they deserve it.
No, they really do. They really. The crowd has been absolutely brilliant here already. I'm sure they've been having a great time as well. So we've had some great games, a lot of action, and this one looking to be no different with the lineups that they've got. And Alliance, I mean, how ideally do Alliance want to be playing this one, Bambo? I mean, surely, looking at the heroes that Liquid have got, as the game goes on, Alliance's lineup, the playstyle could be punished heavily.
A lot more active this time.
Yeah.
They need to like force objectives, force towers, just go for it. Don't be so passive like last game and just make Liquid come to you.
And I mean, Liquid, there'll be a point where certainly they will want to do that, jumping in with Chronos, Supernovas, but Timberman getting in your face, Butter as well on his Timbersaw, and of course an incredible performance in game 1. And we'll see if he's able to replicate that here in game 2.
Mind controlled by an Iron Talon again. Again.
Alliance, they'll be able to secure themselves to the top rim, bottom, mind control. I'll be able to take that one away from these boys. Zips himself up to the high ground. So, I mean, as you're saying, Bambo, Alliance are looking to kind of maintain control at the start and continue to look for these aggressive plays. I mean, how easy is that going to be for them here? I mean, in the laning stage, are they going to come out on top, or do Liquid have a lot of tools to deal with them?
I think the laning is going to be kind of even.
Okay.
Except for this Void. He wants to lane again. But I think it's a mistake, because Drow can just easily zone him with his frost arrows. They just, once Bulldog is like level 4, level 5, they need to just TP to towers and just push. Non-stop push.
I think what he's anticipating is the Enchantress to come and help him, and that's why he's deciding to go for the lane, but I kind of agree with you. The downside, though, is he can't really easily farm because of the Enchantress. So a lot of it's going to come down to how much Crow can accomplish. The good news for Liquid is that it's going to be hard for the Brewmaster to do much in this mid lane. Obviously, Timbersaw thrives off of playing against this melee matchup. And more importantly, this is the only hero on the map that can't abuse that Drow aura.
Top lane at the moment, the Timberman is going to have to deal with Bulldog and Ake, this combination that we saw stick together in the offlane in game 1. Let's see how well it's able to slow down the Ursus farm here in game 2, mid lane. And as you said, they've probably just done a good job at harassing S4 back, and indeed just taking a lot of damage here. We'll pop through the first salve. And already Kuroki, he's looking to try and make something happen potentially. He has a Troll Summoner and a Hellbear Smasher. Bottom lane, EGM and Loader doing their best to zone out mind control. The wraparound will be there. It's going to be spotted out. EGM already backing up in with the Troll Trap. Mind control jumps forward with the Time Walk, and EGM in a lot of trouble. Mind control with a bash. Getting first blood there.
He actually ran to them. He saw them coming. That was a huge misplay.
Yeah, he had time to get out of there for sure, and more importantly, this is a lane that they're going to try to abuse as much as they possibly can, Owen, just because there's no natural save until the Shadow Priest gets a few more levels. And right now, a lot is going to come down to this Enchantress. Just because the Enchantress exists, you can't really jungle as Void. You're committing 2 heroes to this bottom lane no matter what.
A moment back towards the mid. I mean, S4 on his brew. 13 for 2 versus the 8 for 1, even though we're constantly seeing Fighter bursting him down lows. Managing to do pretty well against this Timbersaw. Jerax has come over under the cover of smoke, maybe seeing if there is an opportunity to make something happen. Yes, we've still got a couple of bolt charges, and here we go with the dive in. But immediately, Jerax is just going to hold on and back out. He's going to go for the TP, but Ake has the magic missile, and Jerax now in a spot above her. S4's turned up as well. Clap's going to be back available in 5 seconds. Jerax with the summary, moving down, but the tower is going to start punching into him, and Jerax, he's going to end up dying nonetheless.
That was an odd attempt all around. There's almost no chance that they can kill him, right, with that smoke. And more importantly, he didn't TP on the high ground.
Even at Sunray, he could have Sunrayed a little bit closer to the bottom. It would be fine.
Yeah. Just uncharacteristic misplay by Jerax over there, but laning phase still somewhat okay, especially since the Void is getting a lot right now in this off lane.
This is an absolutely totally different story to the start that we saw from Mind Control before. I mean, that good start seems to be an understatement, to be fair. 3.5 minutes in, he's nearly level 5. He's top of the CS. This is a blooming brilliant start.
Yeah, this is the dream offlane start. Like, if Bambo gets any sort of start like this, he's going to all chat, I won the game.
And Mind Control jumping in, blocking off EGM. Just playing here with the supports, gets the bash as well. Yeah, mind control looking to be very scary in the earlier portions of the game. He's going to get really nice timing on that Chronosphere. Loda himself only just touching onto the level 4. I would just to have this difference between an off-laner and the safe laner, especially being a drow and a scout that needs to be ahead. And at the same time, Fada.
That's twice.
Outplaying S4. We saw this in the first game when S4 was on the co-op. This game, understandably, a little bit harder to deal with the burst of this Timbersaw as this strength melee Brewmaster. But 2-1, it's already looking to be a good start for Liquid.
Still, that's 2 games in a row now, Bambo, that S4's been straight up soloed by...
This one is like more understandable though.
Yeah.
Timber, the big counter dependent.
Top, trying to make a contact with Timber Man. Got the sprout with the Timber. That's the quelling, he's off. Unable to find that kill there.
But dying solo as a mid laner should never happen.
Yeah, you have options out, especially because you know what the Timber's going to be able to do, especially with that stat steal. And at bottom, Loda can't really do anything against this. You have to commit for the right clicks, but...
Mind control now. I mean, the next wave, he's going to have that level 6. So if he sees an opening to jump in and finish off either Loda or EGM, get those solo kills. Or even just having a +1 if a TP comes through from Jax, adding in the Sunray. Yeah, Alliance have to be very, very careful on the safe lane. And mid lane, S4 being forced right back. Kuroki looking for the potential for a wraparound. She's just going to turn it into a push onto the tier 1, and not a lot that S4 can do to stop this. He's still yet to hit the 6 himself, no primal split available. And Liquid is getting away with putting a lot of pressure. Ake's going to come in with the wraparound. We'll see if they can do anything with this one. Magic Missile onto Fada, but the troll into the Chakram and the burst to get Fada. He just says thanks for walking into the lane, Ake. A very strange movement from the Vengeful Spirit, which just does not work out at all. And now S4, he could be in trouble. He's got the primal split. He won't be forced to use it as of yet. But Liquid, they're looking incredibly scary here in game 2.
They just a lot of weird moves. Like, I don't know what's happening in their minds.
Yeah. They flash the Dazzle mid now. And so Mind Control's just going to go up bottom. I think he might even have kill potential.
Straight up with the Chronosphere onto Loda. Bulldog's going to come in sprouting, but it actually ends up trapping them together. So Mind Control takes the killer now. He'll look towards Bulldog. He's going to have time. We're going to have 5 seconds. The bashes, the real Mind Control. He's got another time walk. He should be able to get it. He needs another bash. Can't quite get it. Oh, Bulldog! Swags it off there. Oh, he gets pinged out as well. Mind Control, he's not happy with that one. They may still be able to get the kill. Moore's moving in from the side of Liquid. But Bulldog, he certainly gets style points for that play.
They should know he's stuck though. He's TP'd in.
Sprout out. Oh, Bulldog, after taunting, he might actually be able to turn this around into kill. No, don't quite have enough damage. At the same time, though, Fada's playing around with Ake once more. Another kill for the Timbersaw in the jungle.
Still laughing so hard at that taunt. That's a Bambo play. Pause the taunt. I mean, imagine if you die at that point.
Gotta show dominance.
Assert your dominance.
Oh man, I mean, at this stage as well, as you can see for the CS, the top 3 highest all on the side of Liquid. It really has been a good game for Mind Control. I said there's so still in a team talk between game 1 and game 2, and Mind Control's just upped his play by a country mile here in the laning stage.
I don't think it's just that, though. I think it's just because Alliance, having this dual lane at bottom, that was really exploitable. You knew that the Enchantress was going to rotate down, and Alliance tried to exploit that by having the Venge sit up at top, but Liquid just countered by playing really defensively and at bottom.
Where's his friends?
I don't think his Venge achieved anything top though.
No, she didn't, and that's the issue.
He's gonna get farmed no matter what.
Yeah. Because they have no kill potential on him, and they know that it's going to be a straight-up dual lane. Bulldog is excellent against dual lanes, especially with this NP, and now Bulldog's in a position where, because he's had to rotate bottom to try to save Loda, he's a level 5 Nature's Prophet. At one point, this guy was highest CS in the game, and now he's just kind of middle of the road.
Just imagine if this Venge just started bottom.
Yeah.
This Void would get nothing.
And on top of that, you would have kind of want 2 lanes anyways. Ake can rotate mid if he needs. This mid attempt's going to happen, but Fada, no way you're going to do that against a Quelling Blade Timber. That's 5 mid, though.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
And Liquid find the tier 1 trade here, down bottom, Mind Control.
Radiant's top tower is under
Getting
attack.
himself another top lane, bit of pressure being put on by the Timberman, who's certainly been given a fair bit of space. 51 CS at the moment on this Ursa. Really nice starting kind of laning phase for this man, and not a lot of the Alliance have been able to do to slow him down. We saw the start, as you said, with the dual lane. It's not worked out at this stage of the game because the farm is getting out of control for Liquid.
Hey, more than anything, I think Alliance are just frustrated. They're making that 5-man play. Loda doesn't really know where to go anymore because there's no safe lane for him anymore, Owen. If he decides to go for bottom, they'll just dive him again. They don't have that tower cover anymore, and Alliance can't really spend the entire time trying to zone out Mind Control, who's already level 8. There's no real gank options for them either.
He's playing around with this. He was toying with the Chronosphere, doesn't end up dropping it. A little bit aware that there could be backup, and he did Ake's there, but of course Ake's still just sitting on level 4, so no swap save potential if Mind Control does find an opening to drop that Chrono. Ake coming across again. There is Jarex as well with the Sunray, so he may just drop the Chrono, and indeed he will. Chrono and Sunray. The reason why we see this as the opening picks, but it's not going to get the kill this time. Ake backed up by EGM. Let's see if they can actually turn this. Got S4 turning up as well with the Primal Split.
Radiant's middle tower
Available.
Is under attack.
It's not going to commit it for the time being. Mind Control and Kuroki still eyeing up S4. It's the full 4-man, full versus the full 4 on the bottom lane. 1v1 still top. Bulldog just forcing the man to back up.
Bulldog just free farming.
Yeah. More importantly, I think it's time that S4 isn't farming at all. Like, he's TP'd down here. He didn't get CS during that time. Mind Control even goes for that deny right in front of his face on that neutral camp. And now you're in a position where Liquid are just kind of forcing reactions out of Alliance. That bottom gank wasn't so great, but all right, this might be where it starts. Bulldog can get the snipe on the courier.
Dire's courier has been killed.
And with the taunt again.
That is something.
You gotta taunt them, man.
I mean, at least he's having fun.
Is he, though?
At the moment, it's certainly looking a bit grim for Alliance overall. 7.5k lead at the moment for Liquid at this very early stage, just 10 minutes in.
It's like the worst thing that can happen with a draw strat. Yeah. If you get so far banned early game.
Because you feel with the picks, you're already sort of committed.
Yeah, it's kind of all in-ish already.
Yeah. And the main reason for that is just Drow is one of the most static heroes in Dota. When she can't split push, she's not going to apply side pressure. Jungling for her isn't really an option. You're picking this hero purely to snowball and turn that into an immediate win, but Alliance, they haven't been able to claim any objectives, and probably the biggest thing is they don't have a single tier 1 tower with the Drow strat.
And of course, things like this, but Man being able to get away with the solo rush, nothing that allows them to disrupt this, and trying for the kill onto the Timber Sword. Can they get it? Oda turning around, looking towards Ake. In fact, the burst not quite enough to kill him, and they will take down Timber. Mind Control jumps in, no Chrono for 10 seconds.
Might be dead.
Mind Control him, and they might kill him there. Alliance, double kill for S4. Great bit of play there on the Brew. And Liquid, maybe just being a little too overconfident.
First and Sunray.
Yeah,
I was like, no way they just kill him like that.
No. It's okay, though. Still believe in aliens. There's still ways around this game for Alliance. It's just progressively harder. And like you said, there's a lot of all-in commitment to this, just because Brewmaster's not going to scale. This is not a mid-hero that's meant to go into the later phases of the game. Like, there are plenty of heroes on the side of Liquid that are going to deal with them well. Like, you need more than you're currently getting right now. And this first Blink pickup, that's kind of the momentum shift. If you can make something happen off of this, Owen, you're still in the game. But if your first or second Blink Dagger reveal doesn't work out, in a really bad spot.
Already just, I mean, he's gone back to the mid lane CS and said this. It's no secret that the Blink Dagger is there. Liquid know that it's up and running on S4. And for the time being, Kuroki coming around through the jungle. He's got a Mind Control around the corner with him as well. Mind Control, Chronosphere back, up and ready. Alliance sticking together a little bit more. 4 of them towards the mid. Ake's going to come along and join as well. Now has level 6 available on the Venge, so swap saves will be there if Mind Control tries to get in with a Chrono.
I think they're probably just waiting for the Blink Dagger on this Ursa before they make moves around the map. And they're building all their cores for the late game right now, Owen. They've got the Yasha completed on the Faceless Void. This is them pretty much saying to Alliance, we have no reason to have to fight you. All the effort is on you. If you're just going to allow Drow to go late game against this kind of lineup, you're going to lose the game immediately. And so it's just putting pressure by existing right now. I don't know, Bambo, what's the play right now for Alliance?
They're choking them out as well. That's the worst part. Like, they're so scared to walk alone.
Yeah.
I don't think Alliance has any moves right now.
You think they just have to wait for Liquid to make another slip up like they did at top jungle?
Liquid has like, they have like force a jump on this on Loda, and then they have to turn it somehow.
We are getting pretty close to that Bloodstone now too.
It's certainly kind of waiting to see what Alliance's answer is going to be for this.
Regeneration.
Unfortunate start here in the early game. As you can see by the net worth, it's the 3 highest, all on the side of Liquid. Alliance yet to break that top kind of trinity of power that Liquid have this game. And Matuma with the space he's being given, 100 CS now, and with the Blink Dagger starting to move into position towards the bottom. So Liquid kind of prone to look for a fight themselves now. Alliance, they're more than ready to try and counter it. Primal Split is up. Bulldog, of course, will be ready to join the fight at any beck and call with the teleport. Liquid just looking to put the pressure on this bottom tier 2 for the moment. And okay, actually going to TP back a couple. Bulldog's push, being able to force some sort of reaction out of Liquid. And Alliance realized, maybe seeing if they can catch any of the stragglers at the side of Liquid. But already Kuroki and Matuma out towards the mid lane. It's only Jarek's left alone down bottom, but he himself should be safe. He's got a dive and a TP available. So Alliance not going to be able to find anything here, but just able to stick as a group and secure a safe bit of farm here for S4 in the jungle, and Loda who's going to start pushing out the lane.
They're going to go for the 4-man, move through. The only person farming during this time is the Nature's Prophet, and Matuma might even spot a hero here.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the great TP. No kind of long-range stun that can cancel that one. So EGM's back to base. Bottom lane, Jarek's still hiding out. Eyes onto Loda. They're actually going to get +1 down here. We'll see Fada join the cause, and they might be able to try for a kill. They know that Loda's hiding in the trees. Same time, Bulldog kind of prepping to TP, and it looks like Loda wanted to turn this into a push, but now he's been spotted out. On the case, they'll immediately go for the TP out, and they don't have enough burst to bring him down. So good reactions from Loda. At the same time, Kuroki caught out by the Primal Split. Bulldog joining the force with the TP, and they'll take themselves a kill. Alliance finding the Enchantress, catching Liquid off guard here, and playing a very patient game.
And the ulti for that.
Yeah, they had to use 2 of them.
Now they're kind of screwed for like 2 minutes.
But I think that's best case scenario for them, right? They're not losing any tower.
I think best case scenario is the Furion pushes a lane, forces a TP, and then right as someone TPs, you force a fight.
And then try to hope that...
Yeah, just outnumber them and hope for the best.
Dire's middle tower
Wait out the Aegis, though.
attack.
I think that was a bit of a mistake by Liquid, though. They commit 2 heroes at bottom, and they show that at the same time as Kuro's pushing in mid. Some line of communication broke down there. Bloodstone now up on this Timber Saw, and things are looking not much better. Like, this next Aegis could be where they just take out all the tier 2 towers.
I was Liquid as well, just bad gem right now.
Just get all map control.
Radiant's
Our
middle
map, choke
tower
them
is
out.
under attack.
even allow
Radiant
the Furion to
structures
move.
are fortified.
Right now, I think that's the only saving grace right now for Alliance, is that Bulldog continues to do Bulldog things. He's keeping up in net worth fairly well, despite everything that's happened to his team. My bigger concern right now is just Loda and S4. Like, how are those 2 cores going to be able to keep up? The 2 supports from Alliance are always going to be somewhat effective because they have defensive abilities. So it just comes down to what the rest of the cores on Alliance can keep up with.
I mean, do Alliance have the potential to try and draw this out and take the kills, or are we just still looking back at the fact that they're running this dual core of the Drow and obviously the Brewmaster, that they were looking to have this early game advantage, or because they've got a Prophet, is the game always open for them?
I feel like they need to make something happen. Like, the longer the game goes on, the harder it gets.
I think the biggest thing is, it's not like Liquid are only late game oriented either, right? They've got Chrono to go through, they've got the Phoenix Egg, they've got a lot of team fight. And that's the scariest part for Alliance. It's not like there's a phase of the game anymore that they're definitively stronger. I think S4 gonna go for the Midas in case this game decides to scale, but even then, that's kind of an admission of, oh, we're not winning this early game anymore.
Smoker them might have a chance of catching out mind control, but immediately the time walk away. Magic Missile will fly through, and he turns around with a 3-man Chrono. Starts to beat down onto EGM, needs some backup.
TPs.
Prophet's coming in, he won't get the kill onto the Dazzle Fodder. Looking to burst down AK, but he's going to be controlled by the Cyclone from the Primal Split. The stuns onto mind control, the Suns, they'll take it down. Alliance finding one, can they move forward for more? spray onto KuroKy. The control is there. The heal bomb as well. KuroKy's going to fall. A second kill for Alliance. They'll continue to move in. Stun will hold back Matuma Man. And the Cyclone just constantly controlling fire in the fight. Now he'll try and get himself a little bit more active. But EGM with the self-grade, the TP, going to be cancelled here by KuroKy's Centaur. And they will end up taking the Dazzle kill. But nonetheless, a convincing fight there from Alliance. And we're seeing just great control from S4 with the Prime Slit to keep Fada out of the fight and allow the setup for other kills around the team.
And that was very good by Alliance. They understood that the Faceless Void was there by himself, even with the TP support coming in. Like Bambo said, you're just looking for any sort of numbers advantage that you can get. Even that could have been a disastrous fight where you lose the game right there, but you've got to take whatever options are given to you.
As long as they have like DP heroes, they're always gonna have like a wait time of 5 seconds, 8 seconds.
Matuma Man though continues to get bigger and bigger, just finished off the Skull Basher. Definitely a huge amount of killing potential on a sort of 1v1 situation if he catches anyone out. As you said, S4 with the Midas build, pretty much the build that he seems to go for most games on the Brewmaster that we saw him in the group stages. Would pretty much always go this blink into Midas to try and help him scale up towards the later portions of the game.
I think it's a good move. If you don't go for it, then you're pretty much all in. And you don't really want to be in a position where you're about to lose a tournament 2-0. Might as well try to keep it going. I sort of think they're doing the right thing now. They're transitioning out of just going for that push and just waiting for Liquid to mess up. And so far that strategy is kind of working out okay for them.
Matuma Man, he's picked himself up an Invis. This could certainly set up the potential for a free kill if he catches any stragglers, and looks like he might find Bulldog here. Bulldog.
Actually, really big kill.
Let's see if he can do anything about this. He's going to have a bear on his. That problem here is going to go with the 4-star bat. That's actually going to be enough. Bulldog will play around it. So Matuma Man unable to commit, and immediate TP reactions as well from Alliance.
Radiant's top tower is under
Mind
attack.
control under the cover of smoke. Just going to make the move into the jungle. We'll see if he can set up anything with the Chronosphere. Ake, S4, and Loda sticking around for the push bottom. Deep into the tier 2 from Jerax. Liquid, they're ready to form a sort of defense. Bulldog actually going out, and oh no. He's not caught anything there.
If Alliance can get out without losing anybody here too.
That's a bit of a whiff. They did need that to set it up still. Matuma Man jumps in on this ball. Over the swap, allowing S4 to get off the Primus. Great play from Ake and S4. They'll take down Matuma Man. Loading a lot of trouble on the sidelines. But will close down, finish him off with the Timber Chain. KuroKy looking towards Bulldog, but mind control bashing into Ake, bringing down the Vengeful Spirit. Can they get themselves anything more though? Mind control, he would have loved to have that Chrono now. Could have found themselves another, but it doesn't matter because Fada's the one to clean up on the side. A third kill on the Timbersaw. A 3-for-1 trade. I mean, they take down the Ursa, but losing 3 heroes for it, it's just not good enough for Alliance.
Yeah, part of the problem is they have no real way to protect their Drow Ranger. And there are tons of ways for Liquid to get right on top of him. And we saw that there is Liquid, they just continue to run. And for Alliance, at the beginning of that looked like it was going to be an okay fight. They popped the Ursa immediately, but there's so much more to deal with on the side of Liquid as they have 2 very farmed cores.
So Liquid, going to give attempts here onto the tier 2 bottom. 10 seconds without the brew, so I don't know if the Alliance is going to be able to do too much on the defense. They should find Ake starting to move forward. They have put the fortification for this. Ake with the magic missile. Jerax buys the space with the Chris dive out, and actually eyes onto mind control. Mind control. Can he play his way out? This still has a Manta and a Time Warp, and indeed with the Sunray Heal. That's going to buy him some time. Jerax gets swapped back though. He is going to be the sacrificial lamb. No escape for the Phoenix, so they'll find one. And mind control's there. Slides in and styles all over the void. I mean, Alliance, they are holding their own in a game that, as we said, draft related, and considering how the start went, they're not doing too bad here, Blitz.
No, this is really surprising, and I think it's
really playing like a team though.
Radiant's
They're
top
just
tower
dying
is under
constantly alone.
attack.
yeah. This feels like a reverse position of the last game that we saw.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wraparound for Alliance. Would have hoped to catch out the Timbersaw, but Hunter immediately with the TP out.
Yeah.
Won't find him here.
Hurricane Peg for the Drow. Oh, I thought I saw a 4-staff on her. Am I going insane?
I think going is. Oh, no. Yeah, no, it's on its way out. It's on the courier. Abs indeed committed to that first. I mean, picking that up very early up in the build. What was the thought process here behind for Loda?
More slide
Shot that forward from the mid lane, but Timmerman trying to go in on TGM with the self-grave, and again, the control, they've got it, Alliance. But Timmerman will be forced back with the sprout, the swarm back, they'll pop the Aegis. Great play from Alliance to control the Earth. The question is, can they do it a second time? And Timmerman gets the blink off as the backup, and now mind control coming in, looking for the Corona, will trap them. The Supernova's going to be successful as well. They'll take down EGM, they'll turn towards Bulldog as well. Liquid, they'll find a second. Can they find themselves anything more? Fada coming in for the sideline, they might be able to catch out Loda. They're blocking him up, they're trying to burst him down. There's another time walk in a second. They'll continue to chase, but the buyback. EGM says, you're not killing my carry. Fada, he's going to do a good job at attempting, but the buyback Dazzle with the Shallow Grave will keep the Drow alive here, and Loda will be allowed to get himself back to base. Great buyback from EGM. Fada's not happy though. He's trying to kill the Dazzle, but he's got to back himself out here. The Timmerman as well can't follow right through. And Liquid, absolutely furious that they couldn't get that kill onto Loda.
Yeah, very good buyback by EGM, committed there, and well worth it too. Just being able to survive with the Dro, and that's the key hero here. The Dazzle dying or surviving doesn't really matter too much, but...
Oh, look at this jumping in onto Loda. Absolutely no fear from Fada. Liquid continue to push. Alliance, what's their answer going to be? Alliance comes out onto my control, Mansa start, backs on. S4 promise bird back up in 40 seconds, and Liquid, I mean, can they stick around for this blitz? Are they strong enough to try and just break the base straight up?
No, I don't think...
But they should stay around the woods here.
This looks very, very risky. We've seen the Timmerman fall incredibly low. Bulldog coming in with a TP. Can they shut anyone down? Jump in S4. Oh, the slap onto Jerax. Smacking the bird down from the skies. And at the same time, Kuroki picked off by the damage that Loda's offering at this point. And this is, I don't know, is it past Liquid's bedtime, or what's going on here, Blitz?
It is good.
Things are just really uneven for them right now. They're just kind of getting outplayed and kited deeper and deeper. And Liquid just don't have that hard lockdown outside of that Chronosphere. They need something like they had in the last game where they had that the Hex on the Timbersaw or the Tide Ravage, but they don't really have something like that. They've got something...
And they found more as well, but Timmerman trying for the Ancients to swap. The control is there, and S4 comes in, takes down the Ursa. Another huge kill for Alliance. Eyes onto Fada. Can they actually find this as well? The stun from the Primal Spear. They might just get this one with the heal pump. Fada falling incredibly low. TP reactions now coming in. But losing the Ursa just like that, again, it's just mistake after mistake, Bambo.
It's really sloppy what Liquid is doing. And I feel like they're forcing that push as well. They could have just played around the woods. They could have controlled the entire zone. But they're forcing these fights.
Yeah. There's a lot of defensive abilities on the side of Alliance. Like, there's no reason for Liquid to get baited in. There's no way that they're going to engage either. Like, Alliance know that. Without the Chronosphere available, Liquid they don't have real pressure on them. It's just kind of threatening more than anything. And Alliance recognize that. They get really aggressive, and that 10K lead, that was huge. That was what Liquid needed to win this game. But now it starts to uptick like crazy. And Alliance are still not out of the woods yet, but all of a sudden they've kind of got a glimmer of hope once again.
I mean, Bambo, what's the play now for Liquid? I mean, as we've seen, they've tried to go for these pushes. It has failed. They're losing heroes, you know, going out on their own. How do they play around how well Alliance is stepping up to the mark here?
They need to just wait out their ultis every time, then do a smoke gank or just push high ground slowly. There's no way Team Alliance should be able to fight them.
I think having this many frontliners too on the side of Liquid, you've got Void, Timbersaw, Ursa, you've got plenty of different ways to collapse on the side of Liquid, and yet they're not really taking advantage of that. They keep getting split up. Their fights aren't ever clean. The one clean fight that they take is a little bit too late because there's so many 4-staffs on the side of Alliance.
Even a solo Chrono is fine. You'll get the Venge no matter what, because he's going to try to save his body.
So they can achieve here with the smoke up, ready to use the Chrono and the Supernova.
He's got the TP Grave.
He's on his own here, and indeed he'll just react with that immediately. Looking to stop it. Free escape for EGM at the same time. Alliance putting the pressure on this top lane. S4 pushing the lane in, but Timmerman jumping in, trying to get Loda, but the Hurricane Pike managing to get himself down onto the low ground. S4
is under
maybe cut off here by Fada, but immediately just blink, TPing out, and he's going to make it. Nothing to cancel it. Alliance just kind of toying with Liquid around it now. Loader, is he going to be able to get himself out? Hurricane Pike is there, forces himself out, needs some sort of backup. The Sunray ticking him down. Loader just turns, get a touch onto Matuma Man to make sure he can't blink and follow. Now Matuma Man might be shut off here by Bulldog. Now he gets the blink off. Bulldog won't be able to trap the bat. But Liquid just unable to find those kills that they seem to be incredibly hungry for.
I think they're forcing it a little bit too much now. Like, they're not letting any of these moves happen to them naturally. They're going around the map. I think they understand that they've made this game harder for themselves than it needs to be. And so now they're trying to recover by overcompensating almost.
Yeah, by doing it that way, like, it gets way too obvious. You gotta remove the surprise element.
Yeah. Ake and Bulldog are on that high ground. Almost no way for Liquid to know. They're gonna pass that ward though. And this should reveal a lot for Liquid.
The smoke, mind control and Kuroki looking to wrap around. Can they get Bulldog here? They're going to have to dive the tower. Alliance, they know what's up with Bulldog immediately. Trying to react. Can place himself down and goes for the TP. Mind control, is he going to drop the Chrono for this one? He's not. Holds on to the Chrono.
That was
suspended there.
Tower is under attack.
That Chrono was worth.
100%.
Okay, he himself's going to TP. Is this one worth? Okay, first hit pass, mind control. Calculated. He doesn't need a Chrono, but Timberman at the same time trying to jump in onto EGM, but EGM with the Grave drops down the Weave as well. Can he save himself here? No, leap forward from mind control. Final touch to bring him down. So Liquid do find themselves the two supports. And they have got the Wave pushing in on the mid lane. Jumping in, mind control, looking to finish off the tier 3. Actually catches out the Courier as well, and now he drops the Chrono, and it is for a big kill as well. So far, Bulldog's been having a great game, 3-1-7, but Liquid find him this time, and he's down 70 seconds, no buyback. Went all in recently with the purchases, and this is a huge opening for Liquid to finally get a significant amount of structural damage done to Alliance's base.
This is not an easy fight for Alliance either. At minimum, they're going to lose this mid-set of Rex here, and oh man.
Sword jumping in a good silence from Loader. They actually take down mind control. Great defense so far. Can they find anything more? Cyclone to control to Kuroki. Trying to force away with the stun from the Earth Bully. They'll find themselves a second killing spree now for S4. Magic Missile onto Matuma Man, looking to continue the chase again. Cyclone onto Fighter, just controlling this Timber. They'll go for the Supernova. Matuma Man, he's already been taken down. Double kill for S4. The Supernova will be successful. Only catches out Ake with the stun. And again, Liquid, they may kill the two supports, they kill Bulldog, but Alliance, they're quick to hold the base, fight back, and Liquid don't even end up getting away with the melee racks.
S4 is going insane with this Brewmaster right now. He's almost solo holding them into this game right now. He's nullifying 2 heroes worth right now with those Cyclones and those stuns, and they're doing a good job of keeping up despite the type of disadvantage that they're in. And I'd imagine that they're still behind in gold, but that's almost entirely related to just the supports. Like, the rest of the cores on Alliance are in great position, and like we talked about, Alliance's supports, they don't really need net worth. Like, they're almost always going to be effective.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And this really is just incredible team play from Alliance.
Dire's bottom tower is
and
under attack.
Yeah, Liquid might maybe making the occasional mistake, but it's just the resilience and the quick-witted reactions of Alliance that's always there to punish it. And Alliance holding in on this game, 15 for 15, and now arguably, as we'll see the swing round begin on the net worth, certainly the side that has the momentum behind them, and as you're saying, just how farmed S4 is now at this point. 4.5k on top of the plate mail. He's going to be able to continue his iron progression very, very confidently. Still about a couple of minutes before Roshan's up, so Liquid won't be able to rely on that. I mean, if you're Liquid, how are you looking to kind of change the flow of this game and regain control?
Like, it was fine with the fight at the start, but they just overcommit again. They want too much. They don't need to get a couple kills, just get out.
We talked about it in that last game as well, where it felt like Alliance was trying to get too much out of the map. They were getting a little bit too greedy instead of just fulfilling their basic win conditions, and you're seeing that in this game for the opposite side. It feels like Liquid, they want too much. They want to get 3 kills, they want to force buybacks, they want to get the Roshan. Everything just seems a little bit too out of sync right now for them.
And what do you think about this as well? Loader's item build on the Drow Ranger, Hurricane Pike after the SN1 and the lifesteal, and now he looks to be going for the Agnum Scepter.
He wants to go to the late game. It's his entire build. I like the Hurricane Pike, it saved him like a couple times actually.
It just makes it hard for the Ursa to fight him. Like, they have so many different ways to save the drone now. And Liquid, it is hard to fight against a Phoenix Egg on Dire Roshan.
So like
they need to kill the trains though. They can't show it.
Successful scan shows that Liquid are indeed up on the high ground. Timberman hiding in the pit, dispels the smoke, but immediately S4 jumps in onto Timberman. There'll be some rate from the high ground. They will be able to force Timberman out. Can Alliance achieve anything with this one? Sending forward the Storm Ruling to see if he can get a setup Cyclone, but Alliance already disengaging, so an unsuccessful attempt on a fight there by Alliance, and that is going to be the point where Roshan's back up, so this could be a good window for Liquid to get away with a free Rosh, and it will be, of course, the Aegis and Cheese if they're able to take it.
Oh, Bulldog's gonna get gone on. His Hurricane Pike's on cooldown too, but he does have TP available.
He's got backup coming around the corner as well, but a burst may be too much, and indeed, oh, okay! Oh, that swap! That swap! Okay, they're just in time. Oh my goodness. Father will get himself away, but again, just the support play from Alliance has been absolutely...
He might get a 3-man chrono here though.
Okay, he does. Mind control. Jumps in. Where's the follow-up? He needs a bit of extra damage. Father's going to start to move, and they need to take EGM down before the Stealth State comes out. They'll hex him up. They're not messing around with this Dazzle. Bulldog coming back to the fight. They'll actually leave EGM behind. EGM finally goes down to an impetus from Kuroki. The damage for Loda bringing down Father. He'll get the Bloodstone Suicide off. Now Alliance backing up. Kuroki moving forward. Again, just messy fights here at the moment.
Radiant's top tower
miscommunication again. Like, Fala just uses spells on the creep wave when he chronos.
Dire's bottom tower is
He had that angle for the 3-man chrono. Like you said, he wasted. More importantly, nobody from Liquid is able to follow up there. They're so far away, they just finished the Roshan.
Like, even if just Fala would have been enough, if he just had his spells.
Yeah, they could have killed the 2 supports at the very least.
At this stage of the game, I mean, as we see on there, we're still kind of bobbling around this slight lead for Liquid. But Alliance, I mean, we've seen as well in these fights, if Loda gets the position to just sit back and go ham, he does a hell of a lot of damage. And this is before he's completed the Aghanim Scepter. It looks like at the moment he doesn't want to fully commit for the purchase, wants to make sure that he has got buyback gold available as well, potentially.
Yeah, that's the most important thing right now. Don't get high ground while Liquid have Aegis.
Tumba?
He's, again, so far away from his team. I don't think this is the type of play to make. There's no reason to make it. They've got a Hex available on Fada now, so he can stop the split push of the Nature's Prophet, hem Alliance in, and then you can just force an inefficient fight from Alliance. Imagine if S4 wastes his ulti right outside of the base. Liquid can just disengage, wait things out, then decide to go for the high ground, because it's almost all this Brew split right now that's keeping them in this game.
They just keep this position, but they keep choking them out, so the free round is useless.
No, we haven't now. So Ag's done on Loda. Has the buyback gold available as well. Also talking about Aghanims, Kuroki's just picked up his on the Enchantress. And start to move down towards this bottom lane and pressure, and Fada's going to jump in, get the Hex off onto Bulldog. He needs Kuroki to come in for the extra damage on the impetus, but he's not going to be able to get there in time. Bulldog will live. And Liquid just doing their best to keep all the pressure in across the map onto Alliances. All 3 lanes are reaching the doors of Alliance's base.
Course from Liquid, still doing okay. Just the Ursa's behind the Brewmaster, which at 1.0 and just looked unthinkable. Just how much CS Matama Man was getting out of the lanes, and I mean, it's really easy for Alliance to kite this Ursa. They've got so many different ways to do it. He doesn't have a BKB. The Brewmaster can just keep throwing him up in the air like he is doing with the Timbersaw, and that just negates 15k net worth instantly. You just throw the Ursa up in the air, can't really do anything.
Is under attack.
I mean, Alliance at this point, in the position they're in, do they themselves need to come out and look for aggressive plays, or can they afford to play this style where they just sit back and wait for Liquid to come to them?
I think they have to do something soon. They're gonna fall behind this way, by far.
Yeah, the downside is for Alliance, they still don't have ultra late game on their side. Like eventually this Brewmaster is gonna start to lose effectiveness, like Bambo said, but they're
the
still...
only upside is the Ursa, like they're playing against an Ursa, who's also kinda meh.
You don't think BKB helps him that much here?
I think Drow kinda can destroy him if he gets the right items.
What in your mind is the right items? Like butter?
Just basic core items, butterfly, satanic.
I see Liquid Coming again back over to Alliance's half of the map. But understandably very hesitant on trying to look at the aggressive plays themselves. It's gone wrong a few times in the past. Going to make the same mistakes in a game that's at this very kind of delicate balancing point. Alliance will be quick to react and hit Liquid straight back in the face. AC now picked up by Mind Control. Something else that will enter the fight, and of course they did need against the AC that S4 himself had already picked in earlier stages of the game. Bulldog in for the push top, and he's gonna get jumped on by Fada. Just playing around with the Bulldog, holding on to that Hex in case the TP attempt comes out with Mind Control there. Bulldog, he's in a lot of trouble. There's not like there's gonna be any escape for this man, and they'll find the kill. Liquid with a good catch, punishing the Rat. This seems as well kind of just what Liquid needs, just to play it slow and punish kind of the points where Alliance, and more specifically Bulldog, gets a little bit restless and starts to push out a little bit too far.
Yeah, it's with that Hex up on that Timber Saw, it's really hard for Bulldog to make any moves around the map. And then Aegis is finally going to fade, which might make Alliance a little bit more willing to take a fight here.
Here we go with the Primal Split onto Matumbaman, the silence as well, and there's no escape.
Oh, he's gone.
Just huge amounts of control and damage. And this is the thing, as you said, without the BKB, no way to get out of the silence and pop the Enrage. He just gets absolutely melted each and every time by Alliance.
That is the Brewmaster ult, though, expended for this.
See if they can find anything more. Chrono comes out, it's only going to catch out Ake at the side. Look at Loda from the high ground, that's going to take out the Supernova. So they have found two at the same time. Alliance have lost 3. They'll lose S4 as well. Liquid coming out on top of them at time being on this fight. Loda forced back with a blink in. Fada looking to close the gap. Mind Control gets the bash off. Can they kill this Drow? Buybacks now coming through from S4, getting us straight to the bashes. The burst damage, they've taken down Loda. He'll now buy back on the Drow Ranger. They need to force Liquid back out of the base, but they've got to be careful, S4 and Loda. They'll get the silence. Kroki, can he get out? He will. Manages to escape. A triple kill for Fada. It's a die back from S4. Mind Control jumping in onto Loda. See if they can play the cheese. The survives against the punishment of Bulldog. And Liquid still playing around here. They know they're in a good spot. It's a die back from S4. Of course, 80 seconds without the Brewmaster. They might have finally broken the resilience of Alliance, and we'll see how much Liquid can get done with this minute window.
Without the Ursa.
Yeah. I mean, kind of, because they did use the Brewmaster split for Ursa. That was the big thing. I don't think that was intended, but worked out.
This is a very, very scary position for Alliance. 50 seconds without that core.
They're just going to march down. Any sort of pickoff at this point, Owen, is the game. I don't think you can hold 3v5.
Now it's straight in. That's the racks. Mind Control's going to have the Chronosphere back online in 15 seconds. Need to stop it. Silence onto Mind Control with the Manta. He's out. Expecting the power of Alliance just a little bit, and of course this is going to be relatively hard to hold back from just the lining approach. Lemiona clearing out the wave nice and quickly. Now with the Maelstrom picked up on Loda as well. This with the Axe and the kind of triple proc chance. It's going to be good for the wave flip, but for the fights to see how well it works. But Matumbaman trying to jump in. Supernova will come out, but look at this. They'll just have the great Chrono from Mind Control. Catches 3. This may be the Chrono to end the game. Loda gets taken down as well. Triple kill for Fada. And just like that, I think it's pretty much all over unless S4 can work a bit of a miracle here. He'll pop the ult, start to fight back, but he's got to get himself back to the fountain. Mind Control just jumping into the base. Liquid, they're diving in. They want to kill it off during the Primal Split form, and they're going to do it as well. Liquid absolutely destroying Alliance in that final fight. And I think off the back of that is pretty much going to be GG, and indeed it is. And that last fight, that last jumping from Mind Control, a huge Chronosphere to close up the game. Alliance, they tried their best this game, but at the end of the day, it all come down to that final fight.
Yeah, it only took one, and just like that, with all the buybacks on cooldown, that was the biggest thing, is that Liquid could overcommit for any sort of fight, and that was going to be the game for them right there.
Like, it's still all hard because of the bench. Like, the bench shouldn't be top. He should have gave Loda a good game.
I mean, nonetheless, 42 minutes in, considering the start as well that Alliance had, you know, Liquid were punishing them heavily. They managed to hold in with this Drow strat. They got a lot of farm up on Loader, but at the end of the day, as you said, Blitz, you look towards Fada's performance again on the Timbersaw, it's pretty much just as good as the game before. 12-2-9 on that Timbersaw, and the way they played around it, and just the fact that you're always going to have that threat of the Chronosphere, and at the end of the day, it just relies on mind control to get that jump in, land that 3-man Chrono behind Jerax's Supernova, and suddenly the game is over, and Liquid 2-0ing Alliance. They'll be moving forward, and whoa, what a series indeed. But ladies and gentlemen, don't go anymore. More Dota, of course, round the corner as we head over to a short break.